Atulji, good morning.
Good morning. So we can continue the conversation. So in maybe around 2 minutes, we'll start.
Yeah, I was about to say to Divya, she said she's been in this business for 21 years. You don't look that old.
So 28.
28, so you don't look that old.
That is every time a woman comes, all men, we get this complex only. The other day, I spoke to Sushma. She said that she's been in the industry for 19 years. I said, probably you are, I thought you were only 19. And if we don't give these compliments, they think that we are rude.
Oh my God. No, that's not true.
All females hearing this, huh?
That's really not true. We really would appreciate some honest compliments versus just...
No, men are trying to be good during lockdown period. They're scared.
Men are always good.
That's also a reality.
Smile on all faces, huh? Atul, early in the morning.
Yes.
You know, Divya have not been in the HR business, but I used to be, when I was working in my first company, Thermax, I was very passionately involved with the grooming of people. Our MD's wife, Anu Aga, she's also a Padma Shri now. She used to handle the HR, and we used to do a lot of in-house training programs, and I used to support her a lot in that.
Wow.
And I remember I did one of the programs called the Communication Workshop, you know, run by the Landmark Foundation.
Sodi.
No, this was Ferdy. Ferdy came and did that.
Oh, that must be a long time back.
That was very long ago.
Yeah.
And we had 200 people from our company, right from the director down to the junior most guy sitting in that program. And that program created such a beautiful bonding between the total organization. And Anu Aga said, great, you got a great job done.
Yeah, very powerful, very powerful. The whole, the whole programs are very powerful.
Landmark is a very powerful one. Very powerful.
Works on a very different science of ontology.
Yes.
And yes, it's powerful. I have been a coach there.
Yes, in fact, it's a watered down version. The first version was the S training.
Okay.
I did the first one in India in 1977. Wow. So
that's really something.
Yeah, but that was a very hard workshop. It would shake you up, really shake you up.
By the way, I was part of Landmark Education as a seminar reader for till 2007.
Okay, where in Mumbai?
I'm in Surat.
Surat.
And I started Surat, like the whole program in Surat I started.
Okay.
I did it with Ferdy.
Okay, Ferdy came to you.
And current Landmark Forum leader Nirav Vyas.
Okay.
We are roommate during our engineering.
Okay, they are newer people.
So it's good to hear of you for long.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a different kind of a community which gets built in.
Yes.
Recently, we completed 3 performance from Landmark.
Pardon me?
You are aware about 3 laws of performance?
No, I have not been in touch with them now.
You just this is for corporate.
Yes.
Go on a side and look into 3 laws of performance. This is a corporate program they have.
I got what I had to get out of that, and I moved on.
I did exactly the same. I mean, I was there till about 2015.
Okay.
And then I said,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, you need to practice that in life.
yes, that's more
To
important.
share that more with other people so that they get the benefit too.
Yeah.
That's true.
So great, guys. Good morning, and thanks for making it to this meeting early in the morning. It's a Monday morning. I know we've forgotten how a
We've
Monday
forgotten
looks
the
like and
days.
how a Sunday looks like, but nonetheless, it's another awesome day. Okay. So a couple of rules for this meeting. One, I will mute all. Okay. And we'll start with a round of introduction, and I'll keep on unmuting the person who's got to speak next. After that, we'll take around 5 minutes on eGrowth, and then we'll introduce the speaker for the day, and then the stage is hers. All right. So
okay.
there you go. Mute all. Sanjeev ji, good morning. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sanjeev Ahuja from RS232 Private Limited. We're Apple solution expert for last 26 years. We're in the business of selling, supporting Apple iPhones, iPads, MacBooks. I'm also the president of first chapter of eGrowth. I'm operating from Gurugram, Sector 53.
Great. So Sanjay, can you please introduce yourself? You'll need to unmute, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Morning. My name is Sanjay Gupta. I from New Delhi. I belong to a company called by the name of Faytech India. It's a German company which has presence in 6 countries. We are manufacturing touch monitors and kiosks in India.
Fantastic. Arjun?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
A very good morning to each one of you. It's a pleasure being here again. And it's nice to be introduced to a number of coaches who are there today and the session by a coach. I myself am an independent coach and a consultant. And my areas of my forte is sales training. I'm a certified trainer by Gazing Performance UK, DDI of USA, Forum International of Australia, etc., etc. I've had over 35 years of experience in different corporates working for Bata, HCL, Chorus, and Xerox India. I got the international recognition for being the best trainer in Xerox Group and also got gold medal for being the best salesperson. I've had the pleasure of taking training in not only in India, but also in South Africa, Johannesburg, Nigeria, Dubai, Bangladesh, Nepal, etc. It's a pleasure again today, and I'm eagerly looking forward to the session today. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Rajesh?
Yeah, hi, beautiful people. Rajesh Budraja, I'm from New Delhi. I'm a chemical engineer from IIT Kharagpur, passed out in 1976. In college, other than learning the engineering, I was a passionate dramatic. I used to act in Hindi plays. In the very first play I acted, I got a gold medal as the best actor. I've been in the marketing field for 44 years. I worked in companies like Thermax, Punj Lloyd, Roots Cooling. I've groomed a lot of people in my companies. I've trained and groomed them, and some of them are MDs of companies now. Some of them are thriving entrepreneurs. I currently run a consultancy company which handles air conditioning and ventilation industrial projects. So we do a lot of medium to large industrial projects. I have a good team of associates with me on my platform. And I love being with people because there's a lot of learning from people. These days, I'm actively involved with CII. CII and Munjal Shova do a program with the colleges. It's Academia Industry Connect. And we go to colleges and we give them a subject to talk on. And then we judge them and then we give some feedback to them on what they can do in life further. Maybe in this week, I'm going to be giving my first webinar to one of the colleges in Greater Noida, to the students there. And my subject is Born to Win. So thanks to everyone, and lovely being here.
Yeah. And one thing which I wanted to share is that since the lockdown has got extended, we have also extended the sessions. Okay, so we have a couple of sessions available beyond 15th of April. If you guys want to block some of those, you are most welcome. All right. So 15th onwards, the slots are available. Bhuvnesh, can you please introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bhuvanesh Thakkar from Ahmedabad. We manufacture home automation solutions, Ethernet switches, power adapters, PoE injectors. We also provide ERP, CRM solutions for complete business management. Thank you.
Great. Another Thakkar, Vipul Bhai.
Yes, good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Myself, Vipul Thakkar, Kruti Garment Private Limited, Ahmedabad, manufacturing of ready-made garments.
Great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Morning, Kamal. Please introduce yourself. You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, good morning, all experts in the different fields. This is Kamal Sajdeva from Continual Improvement Solutions, Gurgaon. And I am a mechanical engineer and MBA, worked with corporate for 22 years, namely Eicher Tractors and Hero Honda. Lastly, as plant head, post-working for the past 15 years, I am into the field of systems and profiting coach for various organizations. Nearly, we have got implemented 275 projects, and as of now, 16 projects are on. Because of because of Corona, we are doing through a webinar, and we are taking care for all sort of profiting and systems-based solutions. Talking of up to the extent of lean excellence, and comprising all TPM, TQM, what you talk about German, Japanese, and Italian techniques, which we are implementing. And target is profiting solutions. Ultimately, with the same inputs, how to get the maximum profit out of it. So that's what we are generating through different fields and tools and techniques. Coming back, Kamal Sajdeva, Continual Improvement Solutions based at Gurgaon. Thank you very much.
So Kamal, how has been your experience on these calls all these days?
It is a good exposure. Sharing is learning, and people on this platform, plenty of people are available in front, and they are talking on different subjects. And experience has been fabulous that way.
Are you likely to subscribe to eGrowth?
Yeah, I'll talk to you. I got your call and got mixed because I received, sorry to everyone. I got around 32 calls missed yesterday. Up to 11:30 p.m. we were working on different setups and webinars. So I'll talk to you and then we'll take on. Sure. Thank you very much.
Your call. Ashish, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ashish Damija from New Delhi. I'm an engineer MBA. I have my own private limited company. We are into trading of engineering equipments, and we are the exclusive distributors pan-India for the German company for equipment called Videoscope, which is an inspection equipment for the industries. Remote visual inspection it is used in. We are also authorized distributors for all power plants in India for a Chennai-based company who are OEMs to DHL, mainly operating in power sector, refineries, defense. We supply equipments to them. So that's it. Thank you.
ये engineers ना बहुत ही अच्छी breed होती है. They are lovely people. Hi Sabyasachi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, all. I'm Sabyasachi. I represent my company, Selves, which is into cleaning and sanitization. During this pandemic, my boys are still out in the market and they are serving the nation in terms of sanitization work. If you have any reference or any friends, any relatives, any customers who wanting to go for a sanitization service at this point in time, we are the people, we are the company to call for, and I'm looking forward to eGrowth. Thank you, Atul, for giving me an opportunity.
Sabyasachi, you're also an engineer, right?
No, I'm not.
So I was just about to say engineers के बेचारों का हाल क्या होगा, लोगों के घर साफ करते हैं आजकल.
Thank God ये मौका नहीं दिया.
नहीं, दूसरों के घर साफ करते हैं, अपना घर सबसे पहले साफ करते हैं. Because बीवियां होशियार हो गई हैं, वो घर में साफ करने को बोलती हैं, and we have been happily doing it also.
Aarti, can you please introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. This is Advocate Aarti Bhalla. I am a hardcore litigation lawyer. I practice out of Gurgaon courts in Delhi and NCR. So we take up all kind of litigation, especially national level courts. We are well collaborated there. And for any kind of your needs for litigation, registrations, disputes, any kind of complaints, any criminal, civil proceedings, you can approach us. Thank you so much.
Great. Deepak, can you please introduce yourself? Deepak, you need to unmute yourself. Yeah. Yeah, Deepak Batra. Deepak, can you please speak? We're not able to listen to you. You need to be loud. Fine, we'll move on. Vikas, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for this introduction chance. My name is Vikas Kumar and I'm based out of Delhi. And I work for, I have my own business by the name of Creative Ideas. I have a firm. And I'm basically an engineer. And I deal in basically mosaic tiles, ceramic tiles, mosaic tiles, porcelain tiles, which are high-end bathrooms and for swimming pools that we deal in. It's been 24 years that I'm into this field of sales and marketing, and this is my short introduction. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Bhavesh, can we hear from you?
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. This is Bhavesh Mehta here from Aram High Tech, and we are into manufacturing of industrial fiberglass products and FRP ladders, and we are situated factories in Pune.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nirav?
Dheeraj Desai.
Yeah.
I am situated at Surat. Basically, I'm electrical engineer, and I'm a founder and managing director of Group Niche. We take industrial projects for electrical and automation, especially water, wastewater, chemical, and steel plants. And I'm also a past chairman for Southern Gujarat CII, and I'm actively participating in a current scenario with all the advisory board to government from CII, our region. Thank you.
Great. Morning, Manish. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Myself, Manish. My profession, I'm chartered accountant. I'm providing the tax consultancy and business consultancy. And right now, I'm providing the second opinion on your balance sheet and your tax returns. Thank you very much.
Great. Vijay bhai.
Good morning, everybody. Vijay Shah from Mumbai. In the industry of insurance since last 45 years, and I'm going to give you the big secret today. Most of the people are saying they are insured, but they are not really insured. Most of the people have not gone through the terms and conditions of the policy, and a major of the claims are not being getting through. Please call us for the same. Thank you very much.
Great. Karan? Yeah.
Smile morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Karan Naik. I'm into the real estate industry. We provide real estate solutions in terms of rental sales and all. We specialize in transfer of properties like MADA properties, be it related with SRA properties or collector land or MMRDA, these kind of solutions that we're providing. In addition, we also have a contract with the Tata Hospital, wherein we provide end-to-end solution to the doctors' residential accommodation in terms of your furnishing of the flats. And we've got manpower where we provided with housekeeping facilities and all. So this is what I'm doing for the last 20 years.
Karan, where are you based?
I'm based at Sion.
Mumbai, right? Yeah, thanks. Vikas, sorry, Vikas is already on. She also does. Neeraj Desai, Viren Bhavishi. Viren Bhavishi.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm Viren Bhavisi from Sapphire Microsystem, Mumbai. We are into IT networking products, import and distribution. We are also into CCTV and other surveillance solutions. Incidentally, I was engineer. Although Atul is not very kind to engineers, but fine. I mean, after getting into business, I started forgetting my engineering techniques. Anyway, I'm from Mumbai. Thank you, guys.
So the world, life is not kind to engineers. Can you see early morning, I'm sitting and hosting this call, right? How unkind.
It may not be really so for everybody, for all the engineers, but anyway.
But nonetheless, so I also became an engineer in the last century.
Oh.
So Sushma, can we listen from you?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so this is Sushma Mehta Shah. I own a brand called Rejuvenate Jewels. I'm into basically making, designing fashion jewelry. I have done my India Fashion Week very recently. And I basically customize fashion jewelry for a lot of sustainable jewelry, keeping recycled materials in mind. They're biodegradable, if they're biodegradable and for a less carbon footprint. I'm doing this since the last 8 years. And I customize jewelry, and I also do a lot of shows and do wedding jewelry and other kind of jewelry as well, but mainly having a special designing concept to it. And I have my presentation tomorrow, so I would really request all of you all to be there for the same. Thank you.
Not only you come, bring your better halves also.
Yes.
But and also ensure that you have a credit card ready, because she's going to aim on that. And Dharmishta? Dharmishta?
Hi, team eGrowth. This is Dharmishta here.
Hello, video.
Yes, it's my brand name. Usually, I help people secure their 3Ds, disease, disability, and death. Having married to a money multiplier who is a practicing CA, we are offering consultation into insurance, mutual fund, mediclaim, and wills. This is all from me. My website is www.dharmishtabhatiashah.com. Thank you so much, team eGrowth.
Sri Vidya.
Hi, magical morning, everyone. Hi, this is Sri Vidya. I'm from Mumbai. I'm a Divya Shakti Master, Business and Personal Development Coach, expert in Astro Numero Vastu, Psychic Reading, Mystic Healing. I'm a co-founder in Pure Energy Academy, Energy Flows Where Attention Goes. We work in business scale-ups for clients under the program called Miracle Zone Business Scale-ups. Do connect to us if you feel your business and you both need a healing. We're just 10 digits away.
Fantastic. Chetan, you need to unmute yourself. Okay, Jyoti.
Yeah, hi, good morning to all. Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, good morning to all. I'm Jyoti Jain. I'm Delhi based, and I am into digital marketing since last year. So I'm into marketing since 97, but in digital marketing, I am into a new candidate. But if you want to increase growth of your company, or you want to get best leads for your company, grow your business, please do connect me. Thank you.
Great, thanks. Deepak, do you think you can introduce yourself? Hello. No, I don't think, Deepak, the signal is good enough. All right. Nonetheless. Okay. So great, guys. Let me take let me introduce myself. My name is Atul Puri. I'm a business development specialist. Help businesses to simplify their business and look at how to grow it. One of the ventures that I have is eGrowth. I'll take a couple of minutes to take you through what is eGrowth, and then we'll move on to the speaker for the day. Okay. So eGrowth, the leverage platform. We are the world's first BAD ecosystem. BAD is business advisory and business development. The reason here is that I was looking, while we were building eGrowth, we were looking at um, what is it that we could bring to the business owners, and we realized that especially in the small businesses, business advisory is something which is not generally used, and one is they can't afford it. Second is as business owners, we don't really look at business advisory. Second piece is the business development that works in silos. So what an advisor suggests and what a business development guy actually executes are two different things. So to be able to make the best use of it, we thought that let's work on this piece, and that is how the BAD ecosystem piece comes. All right. Our mission is to empower and enable businesses, and that is what we've been doing for around 6 years now. Okay. eGrowth platform is based on the eGrowth framework, which has 3 elements: collaboration, excellence, and opportunities. Excellence has 4 pillars to it: networking, business, innovation, and learning. And then we talk about the opportunities. This is how eGrowth has evolved over the years. We started way back in 2014. Between 2015 and 17, we grew to around 8,000 people across the country. 2018, we reached around 20,000. To 2019, we closed at around 25,000. And 2020, we should be at 1 lakh. All right. These are some of the images of the events we've had at various places. This was the Punjab road trip in 2017. This was the West India road trip again in 2017. This was the Uttar Pradesh road trip in 2018. These are various boot camps and trainings that we've organized with various organizations and with at different locations across the country. We've been doing a lot of stuff for women entrepreneurs, and these are some of the images from various initiatives that we've taken. One of the flagship events that we organize is called as Celebrating Womanhood. So this, we just completed the 3rd season for it. So 2018, 2019, and 2020, all right. And then 2019, when we completed 5 years as the eGrowth framework, we were looking at what next. And this is when we looked at a model to design your business. This is called as the leverage model. We are going to have the leverage model boot camp starting next week. If any of you is interested, we could have a conversation one-on-one. And then we've also introduced something called as the Inner Circle. And Inner Circle is a structured platform which meets 2 times in a month. It has a team structure to it. There's a dedicated team which manages the activities of an Inner Circle. The method which is used is distributed consulting, and it is primarily peer-to-peer conversations between the members and other organizations, which could be the associations or chambers in the vicinity. And we keep on building the communication there. Initially, we started off as offline, but now we're moving on to online. We've already had been online for a couple of weeks, and we continue to be that way. Initially, we started as eGrowth Inner Circle for Gurgaon, and now we've scaled it up, and it's global. So if you are anywhere across India or across the globe, and you would like to be a part of the Inner Circle, you can again get in touch with me, and we can look at how is it that you can be a part of it. We are agnostic of the industry, all right? The highlight of this Inner Circle structure is the create session. Okay, create session is wherein a business owner comes up front and he shares the challenge that he's facing, and the community present at that point in time deliberates on that challenge. Create is also an acronym for challenges, resolutions, empathy, analysis, trust, empower, and enable. So this is what we do to ensure that we get solutions for the challenges that we have. All right. We have been actively engaging with entrepreneurs in different formats. eGrowth Mixer is one format, eGrowth Bazaar is another one. Introduction to eGrowth happens every Friday at 3 p.m. On Zoom. We organize quite a few workshops and trainings, entrepreneur talks. So what is happening right now is an entrepreneur talk. This has been happening for 3 weeks now, and we intend to make it a regular feature, and it'll happen maybe 365 days a year. And then we also keep on having industry discussions. We've had 4 of them till date, and we'll look forward to many more in the coming days or weeks. All right. This is the eGrowth portal, egrowth.org. I recommend each one of you to visit egrowth.org. Okay, if you've not done so far, and you can create your profile over here, and creating a profile is not a cost at all. And beyond that, if you want to subscribe, you can look at that. We are present on the social media, so Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Our handle is eGrowth.org, and you can be there on all the platforms. I urge you to subscribe to all the platforms, especially to YouTube, because this video will be there on YouTube. All right. And also another thing I'd like to share with you, that right now we are also live on Facebook. Yesterday also we were live on Facebook, and we reached out to around 3,000 users, and around 300 plus people saw the coverage from yesterday, and I'm sure that is the kind of coverage that we'll be seeing today as well. Right. I invite you to subscribe to eGrowth. So the benefits that you are getting right now, these are because somebody else paid in the past. So whatsoever you contribute now, that will help more small businesses come on board and reap the benefits. So if you want to be a part of a larger and a growing platform, I recommend that you contribute. You can go in for an annual subscription, an enterprise subscription, or an extended subscription. All right. There are some special offers from our members. So our member NX Incorporated, they have offered free web hosting for 24 months, wherein you can host 3 domains, 15 mail IDs, and 1.5 GB of web hosting. This is available to you if you subscribe now. Other offers are, there's a partner called AvoConnect. They offer free digital business card. You can go to bit.ly/AvoConnect, AVOCONNECT, and have your own digital business card. Free web hosting, I spoke to you about it. Favors Sabyasachi is there. He was talking about sanitization. He'll be glad to offer 10% discount on the sanitization of your premises, be it your residential premises or your commercial premises. Okay. RS232, Sanjeev ji is again on the call right now. He offers cashback on the purchase of iPhone, and there are many other exciting deals with him, not only on the Apple ecosystem, even on other IT services and products. Okay, so the annual subscription is normally at 18,000 rupees. During the lockdown period, we've not really declared the date till when. It is at 12,000 rupees plus GST. We invite you to make use of this offer. Our website is egrowth.org. You can reach out to 892-092-6565. This is the number of our help desk. So you call up, and our executives will support you on that. In case you want to write, you can write to atul@egrowth.org. This is a mail which I address myself, and I'll be glad to work with you guys. Okay, let's move on. So thank you for your patient hearing. Now is the time that we move to the next slot, and we are presenting to you the speaker of the day. She is none other than Divya Nagpal. Divya Nagpal comes with an experience of over 2 decades in the HR space. And while we were discussing, we were looking at what else of value is it that we can bring to the entrepreneurs. You are giving your time to be on this call. So how else is it that we can support you? So we looked at many different alternatives. And one of the things that came forward was how can you get the best from your employee during the lockdown? Because I'm sure this is a major concern. You've got employees whom you are paying, even if it is full or half or whatsoever. their morale is also down. How is it that you can keep the morale up? How is it that you can extract the maximum benefit from them? There would have been quite a few things which would have been pending, and you can get them to do this. And there is a lot more. So Divya, over to you. I know I have not done enough justice to introduce you. So please introduce yourself once again, and the stage is yours from now.
Thank you, Atul, and good morning, everybody. And we all are undergoing a lockdown, and there are many people at the moment in the lockdown who are talking about what the government should do, what the government should not do, what is it that we are benefiting, etc. There's yet another set of people who are actually on the roads today and helping others. I know about 150 people who are in the CSR activities in NGOs. They're on the streets at the moment and helping and feeding, all doing whatever help they can. Yet there is another third set of people who's full of positivity and who's very futuristic, and that is you people, because you are the ones who are thinking of tomorrow. You are the ones who are taking advantage of this lockdown, and you are the ones who are investing in your learning. So I really thank you for that. I mean, it means immense, for the simple reason because your positivity is going to help you and it's going to help everybody around you. So welcome everybody. And what we are going to talk today is how to get best from your employee during the lockdown. I was looking at...
So if you got the acknowledgement, please type in chat box, thank you, Divya, thank you, Divya, thank you, Divya. Divya, you can carry on, please.
Sure, thanks, Atul. So what we are going to talk about is how to get the best from your employee during the lockdown. Now, what is actually happening is, I was looking at a video, and in that video, Jack Ma was there, and he was being interviewed. So this lady who was interviewing him, she asked him, she says, how is it that you have become such a billionaire while others have not? So he took out some money from his pocket and he gave it to her and he says, take this money. And she said, no, I will not. He again offered her and he says, take this money. She says, no. He says, that is the difference. This was an opportunity for you. You did not take. I don't miss opportunities. So with this, I'm starting this, that today, though it is lockdown, yes, this is an opportunity for all of us to scale up. And yes, this may sound a little paradoxical, but yes, it is a time for us to scale up. So in this session, and I truly believe, what's for scaling up, an employee, I've been in the corporate world for 28 years and I've been a leadership coach. I did my coaching certification from John Mouton. John Mouton is none other than who was a coach, a leadership coach to Steve Jobs, and likewise. So I got this opportunity from him and I did my coaching certification from him. And I truly believe that each employee and each leader is impactful and effective only and only when he's in synergy. Synergy with himself, synergy with others, which means the employees, it will be the employees or it could be your clients, it could be anybody, and synergy with the situation. And we know what situation we are undergoing at the moment. So that's the synergy. So how do we bring this synergy with the employees? So are you all game on? And if you are, please write yes in the chat box. So in this, what we are going to do is we're going to talk about how to keep our employees engaged, how to keep them working even in the lockdown, and how to evaluate them. I also understand a lot of people do not have, a performance and very formal performance appraisals. And when people don't have these formal appraisals, that is because either the organizations are very small, so your teams are very small, they're 1 or 2 people. And the other reason is also we as entrepreneurs, we also take an opportunity when we have 2 people, 3 people, or even 5 people, we do not have the right KRAs for each person because we want to give work, multiple work to each person. Having said that, I would say the principles that I'm going to share are applicable to all organizations, even if you have a team of 2 people or 1 person, to anybody who has a 500 team. And the only difference is that when you are a bigger organization, then what happens is you have different managerial levels. And in the different managerial levels, the same principles apply. So what we are going to talk about is, the elements that we are going to talk about is KRAs: monitoring, evaluation, and engaging. So KRAs, I'll just say what the KRAs are. KRAs are key result areas, basically the tasks broken into very small tasks, which are given to each employee to perform. So basically his job broken down into key result areas. And the second section that we are going to talk about is monitoring, which is very, very important in today's scenario. So how many of you really think monitoring is really important? And how many of you feel that yes, if you feel that monitoring is really important, please type yes. So
chat is not visible here. I don't know why.
Yeah, Atul, even I cannot. I was looking at the chat. I can't see the chat.
DBS, take the cursor over there. It will appear.
Can I interrupt?
Sorry, got
everyone,
it.
please enter. Please check the more option, and you will, under more option, you will save the chats. Touch your screens.
Yeah.
Or move your cursor.
Thank
There will
you.
be 3 dots in the name more, and you will see the chats over there.
Thank you so much. So everybody's got the chat now? If yes, say Y now this time. So we know that yes, everybody's got it. Great, I see Y. Oh, Y, WHY also Y. Great, great. So we are on board. So we are going to talk about monitoring, as I said, and we said that yes, monitoring is very, very important, and a lot of you have also shared monitoring is important. And then we are also going to talk about evaluation and engaging. So all these things we'll talk about. Let us first look at something wrong. Okay. Yeah, let us first look at work allocation. So, you know, a lot of you would have, how many of you would have employees who are actually currently free and really do not have a lot of work to do? And there are yet another set of employees you may have who are working, but they're working like 1 hour, 2 hours a day because there isn't any work. And then there is a third set of employees, you know, like trainers. I was speaking to a lot of trainers, and they are far more occupied in these days than they were earlier. And then, yes, of course, even the IT sector, especially the people in the digital media, like this lady, Miss Chen, I'm sure even you are really occupied because everybody is using this time to get into the social media. So there are different kinds. And yes, also we as entrepreneurs are also people who say, "Ya kya kaam de abhi?" And some entrepreneurs say, "Chalo, thoda sa kaam hai, ye de dete." And then we are happy, "Chalo, kuch to kaam chal raha hai," you know, while everything is in lockdown. And yet, when we all know about the hare and the tortoise story, and so it is the tortoise. So kuch kaam nahi. So how you will allocate different tasks. So let us say, for example, if you may wonder that you cannot to some employees give any other task because the kind of task that they were doing cannot be done now. For example, a sales employee. If an employee is in direct sales, and a lot of you here are in direct sales, I mean, your organizations are into direct selling. Now, if you're in direct sales, you cannot tell this employee under the lockdown to go out and start selling. So what would you do? You would actually look at tasks which can be done under this lockdown. And what are those tasks? Those tasks could be calling up all your prospects. For example, Sanjeev ji, in your showroom, if you have a data of how many people walked in, you could start calling them up. And you could also have some old clients. All of you could have some old clients whom you have lost touch with, and you're picking up the phone and bonding with them. And I'm using the word bonding. I'm not saying call them up and just ask how you are. bond with them. And I will tell you in the relationship building how you can bond with them actually. So you have different tasks and you can relook. Now, one important thing when you're retasking the people, for example, a salesperson, you're asking them to call out the prospects. And please redefine the TAT. What I mean by TAT is, what is the time duration required for him to call up 10 people? So redefine that TAT also. And when you're redefining and you've given me another task and you say, okay, ये 10 लोगों को आपको कल तक मुझे report करना है, बताना है क्या हुआ. You would also look at the other tasks which are being done by him and see कि दो tasks के tags clash तो नहीं कर रहे. So it should not be that he is doing 3 tasks and सबका task 2 दिन का ही है और for next 2 days he's like burdened up. So everybody is now clear what tags are? Great. So now also, then how would you define, where will you look for the tasks? First of all, look for the pending tasks that you have. When you were in office and the business was going in the normal conditions, of what we considered normal at that time, we had a lot of pending work. जिसका हमें कभी टाइम नहीं मिलता था for the simple reason that we were doing everyday operations. So make a list of all pending tasks. Another place to look for is ideas you had earlier. You know, for example, getting into webinar was an idea I had. And I knew I would get into webinar modes, but I had it for the next year. I had it for 2020, 2021. But now the situation is different. Now this idea is actually becoming reality for most of the people. So look at the ideas that you had. You know, बैठे हमें click करता था यार वो ऐसा करता है. Let us also do. Let me also find out. You know, how can I do? And we used to make a note of it, but we never ever got down to do it. So list on all these ideas. You can call up your clients and ask for ideas. You can call up your employees and ask for ideas. Call up anybody. Speak to your family people. You know, the best ideas are very simple ideas and they come from your near and dear ones also. Third place where you can look for is maintenance. So what do we mean by maintenance? By maintenance, we mean the main maintenance we mean is data maintenance. You know, we all struggled कि हमारे पास पूरा data नहीं होता और फिर होता है then the data is not correct or the data is incomplete or सबसे बड़ा the data is not in the format which will help me take decisions, instant decisions as an entrepreneur, instant decisions as a leader. So look at your data. You could define the formats now. If ऐसे होना चाहिए for my team so that I can look at this. You'll be surprised when I started my entrepreneur journey, which is a year plus back. I was doing my actions in a particular way, and I attended a finance session. They gave a format and they said always keep your finances in a particular format. This day I started doing that. Within a week, and not even a week, actually within 6 days, I changed the mode of my working. The decisions actually come right up when you have your data and you say, oh, in this mode of working, I was actually spending a lot of money and I was initially calling as investment, but more than I needed to. I changed my mode and here it was. My results were faster. The fourth is relationship building. When I say relationship building, everybody has a phone. Please create relationships. Now, you know, अब lockdown को 3 weeks हो गए हैं. Lot of people have called up people and how are you? Hope you're well, etc. I have also seen a standard WhatsApp going to people. Is that a relationship? No, it is not. Well, I'm not saying don't call up people, but please call them up you've asked their welfare, call them and ask them, sir, आप हमारे client हैं, आपको कोई दिक्कत आई थी, आज हमें बता दीजिए, हमें समय है, I would want to have your input. Call up your transporter. हमारे ट्रक कैसे जाते हैं, or whoever is your transporter, you know, if your goods move from one place to another, call up your transporter and say, जब हमारा सामान तुम उठाते हो तो उसमें तुम्हें कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं आती, या और you know, मैं बैठा हुआ था, I was thinking that day that you went, हमारा सामान लेके गए थे, उसमें आप जब हमारा सामान लेके गए थे तो हमारा आधा सामान टूट गया था, क्या चीज थी, क्या हुआ था, what can we do better? You know, when you're involving your vendors, your stakeholders, your employees, your clients, everybody, and when they see their ideas come up, that's relationship. Now they feel, yes, you're a part of them and they're a part of you. So that's the relationship building I'm talking about. I want to take here 2 minutes. Please have a paper and a pen and think, what are the pending tasks that are pending? And I want you to do it right now, that are just pending. And don't think you wo kar sakte hain ya nahi kar sakte. What are the tasks which are pending in your organization and in your work? So I'll take here 2 minutes. Atul, can you please give me an alert when 2 minutes are over, please?
Okay.
Thank you. I hope everybody is involved, and I don't see some people. Aarti, I don't see you. I hope you're noting down. It's going to be very helpful.
Last 30 seconds.
अपने फोन में लिख लीजिए, अपने पेपर पे लिख लीजिए, whatever you have. The idea is that's your sheet and your work.
Start winding up. Two, 1, 0. Okay.
If anybody needs 30 seconds more, that's fine. This is important.
ये तो generosity की हद हो गई.
And somebody who's finished writing the pending task can think of an idea.
Okay, done.
So everybody's done?
Yes.
Great. So, okay, great. So this is your sheet. Please keep it with you. This is going to be helpful after this, another 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so. Now let us look at monitoring. Does monitoring become important? How do you do monitoring? Now, monitoring, it's not a negative connotation. Monitoring is also includes engaging. So we have daily calls, regular calls with your team. Now, when I say regular calls, have a time which is fixed. You can fix at 10 in the morning, you can fix at 9:30 in the morning, 11, whatever, but have a time fixed for your team members to come on the call. Now, what will require you and what will prevent you from doing this is a discipline that you have to have in yourself. Because you have to be ready 5 or 10 minutes before that call. That is the kind of level of professionalism that will come out in the webinar or in your Zoom meetings itself. So have a daily call. Now, how will your daily call will be structured? So you can even note down the structure for it. You will share updates. Updates as in what has happened in the last 24 hours. What has not happened? What was to happen but we failed? Why did we fail? Let everybody share that. The more you share it, the people become, they get involved with you. Ask what is the difficulty they found. And also the second is when you are then deciding, the second what you're deciding is the action for the next day. When you're deciding the action for the next day and you're talking in the meetings, you foresee some bottlenecks in that action. Please voice out those bottlenecks and encourage your team. Tell them, we are deciding these actions. Anybody who sees, that we break down, please share it now. It could be that an action is for an employee A and the employee B may end up sharing, sir, ye mushkil ho sakta hai. You know how that will help bonding your team together? And how people will be so happy, your employees will be so happy that they are being listened to. So see the bottlenecks. Third is seek support. When I say seek support, is if you do not know how to do it, ask your people. Now, as I told you, I have been in the corporate world for 28 years. I had never had a requirement. I was in HCL, I was in Styria Sopra, I was the one who set up the Grand Hotel now, earlier called the Grand Hyatt, and so forth organizations. I never ever had a requirement, मेरा लैपटॉप खराब हो गया तो उसको ठीक कैसे करना है, या even print screen कैसे लेना है. I never had this one because I would just pick up my phone and people would keep coming. Now, since I'm an entrepreneur, I get stuck. I got stuck at simple thing like the keyboard, my touchpad froze. Now one day I was stuck, so I called up my team member and I said, "Ye ho gaya." All he said was, "Ma'am, F6 daba do." Seek support. It could be any minuscule thing, but seek support. Now, which is the behavior which will prevent you from seeking support? The behavior is your unwillingness, and I repeat, unwillingness to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is one leadership virtue which you find in leaders who have reached the top. Any book you read, any leader you talk to, they are very vulnerable. Be vulnerable. That is humanity. And you will connect on a very different level with your people. The fourth point in the structure of the call is provide support. It could be anything. It could be very minuscule. Kitne baar hota hai? One person may end up saying in the call saying, "Sir, I don't have the phone number. We're being asked to call the client. I don't have the phone number for that client." And we say, "Oh, employee B ke paas hai wo numbers list hai, usse le lo." What about saying, "Ruk ja, I may have it. Ye le, main deta hu." बहुत छोटी चीजें हैं, and we do not observe ourselves. But what happens is, when these small things, हमारी कहीं leadership की एक ego होती है, which is not very profound, छोटी सी कहीं पे होती है, which comes in. So we do not, it's not that we don't want to provide support, ये हमारी habit में नहीं होता. So inculcate that habit, provide support. Fifth is in the call, recognize. Recognize, praise for whatever small things that they do. And just recognize, appreciate them. That means. Then you have evening updates as well. Does that sound too much? Well, it may, but this becomes a formal structure. It becomes, and the call is an informal one, being very human on the call, and having evening updates will always, always help you. Follow it for a few days and it will become a practice. And this practice you can then get into when your business comes under normal situations. So how is it?
We are at 10:30 right now. How much time do you want more?
Okay, I think I'll have about 7 minutes more.
So guys, can we extend it by say 15 minutes so that we have some time for questions? Yeah, carry on.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Sure, please continue.
So the next is evaluation. So I'll start little bit of, I'll hurry up here, but I'll give you the main points. So next is evaluation. We said that we do not always have a formal system of evaluation. So आजकल lockdown में, the things that you can evaluate is number of transactions. Now you would have some people, when you tell them work, they are coming back and say, sir कर रहा हूँ, मैम मुझे अभी टाइम लग रहा है, सर मेरे से अभी नहीं हो रहा, मेरे को ये दिक्कत आ रही है. वेल होगा. सो यू मे ऑल्सो फाइंड कि एक टास्क एक आदमी तो 2 दिन में कर रहा है और दूसरा आदमी 3 घंटे में कर रहा है. Have patience, that's okay, but evaluate कितनी number of transactions हो रही हैं. Then, as we spoke, how much tax, if you've defined tax for people. Now, as I said, एक आदमी 2 दिन में कर रहा है उसी चीज को, एक कमरा कर रहा है आधे घंटे में या 2 घंटे में कर रहा है. You may write down an average एक हफ्ते के लिए इस task को इतना time लग रहा है by different employees. You will come up to an average one. So this will help you define tax for the next week or next few days in the lockdown. The tax will vary when the normal this thing is there. Quality. You know, for example, abhi main sales ka hi aapko example de rahi hu. It can fall into anything. If you because I want a continuity from the previous example. So if you're calling up, your employees are calling up the customers and saying, yes, sir, any difficulty, how we can support you, etc. You could even ask them to send a follow-up email to the customer. उससे क्या होगा, एक तो आपको and mark UCC. उससे क्या होगा, एक तो you will confirm, you'll have a confirmation that that happened. More than that, when you sit down, take a 10% sample of all those emails for one particular employee, and then see कैसे वो बोल रहा है, क्या कर रहा है, etc. You will understand the quality of conversation happening. Now, when you do this, these are the main things. One main thing that you need to keep in mind when you are evaluating people on these 3 factors is complexity level. So I have a friend who's the head of the hospital. Now she was mentioning, she says, Divya, आज हमारे hospital में staff के लिए दूध नहीं आया. Now this is 4 days back. दूध नहीं आया, staff को चाय नहीं मिली, patients को सब कुछ मिला, मगर staff को चाय नहीं मिली. So अब मैं उसको कैसे evaluate करूँ? Should I give a 0? I said no. I said पहले normal में क्या हो रहा था? Normal थे तो दूध आ रहा था in the hospital, so it was fair, it's easy. But last few days में जब से lockdown हुआ है, the employee was going and fetching milk and उसको 4 घंटे लग रहे थे. Okay. Now आज इतनी ज़्यादा barriers हैं कि वो जा ही नहीं पा रहा, वो फंस गया है. So I said now when you're noting all these transactions per employee कि इसको ये कर रहे हैं, note down the complexity level of that day. When you will have an evaluation, एक साल बाद जब उसका performance evaluation करोगे, you will also have the complexity level written there कि आज ऐसे हुआ था, so he's not to be punished for this. वो उस वक्त की situation है. Now, if your organizations are big, you could create a complexity matrix, and that level 1, level 2, level 3, and have incidences there. So that. The last is recognition and engagement. I had a question, one of the participants in my previous webinar asked me, said, sometimes we feel कि बहुत ज़्यादा praise करने से employees का 2 effect होते हैं. या तो they become casual, or what happens is their expectation level in their mind comes down. Fair enough, होते हैं. But really that doesn't happen because you are an entrepreneur, you're skilled people, you know, and you know it. आपकी 4 praises के बाद एक फटकार और या डांट उसकी 4 praises को हटा सकती है. So you know how to balance it. So involve them and involve them in ideation also. So when you're involving them in ideation, praising them and involving them in ideation, they become a part. And a lot of your entrepreneurs के साथ एक हम सबके एक चीज होती है. How do I make my employees accountable? Ownership नहीं आती है उनमें. हम टास्क को एक टास्क को टास्क की तरह देखते हैं. Now this is some actions which will make them feel a part of the organization. Engagement is not event management only, not birthday parties and all, but engagement comes from here. And support people in difficult times. And I've written, I've mean people, because अपने clients को phone करके पूछो, आपको हो सकता है कोई employee कहीं गांव में फंसा हो, support him. कैसे उसके पास पैसा पहुंच सकता है? We are a part of so many WhatsApp groups. Ask, seek support in the groups in this time. So this is what we learned. We spoke about job allocation. We spoke about monitoring. Uske sections. We said sections are daily updates, daily meetings, जिसमें updates, support and reward. We said evaluation कैसे करोगे, stats, number of transactions and quality, and we said recognition. So if this has been useful to you, please write yes in the chat box. Thank you. I see yes. Great going. Why? Yes. Great. My one humble submission to you is, जो आपने pending list बनाई है, जो आपने learning ली है, उसको apply कीजिएगा. Otherwise, it's not of help. I really want you to do that. And in case you want to contact me, you can contact me at my number, which is given at the bottom. And also, yeah, so what is the topmost action that you're taking? And I also have an advisory offer, advisory offer. And if you want, if you're facing a problem, you can give me a call and I can share the details of the offer as well, because there's a special offer going on during the lockdown. So thank you very much. I like that comment, presented like a pro. Thank you so much. Very informative. Thank you so much. And please apply this. So thank you all the participants and thank you my friends. And thanks Atul, over to you.
Yeah, so maybe you can remove the presentation.
Yeah.
And so now we're open for some questions. So Dharmishta has already raised a hand. Dharmishta, can you please ask your question? You need to unmute yourself.
That was my mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Hi, Divya. So I'm a practicing advocate and my staff has gone back home without their books, and they say that the internet is very unstable over there. So how do I deal with that? And no research is being done, no work is, just on the silly pretext of the internet facility, because our sites which we have to open for our legal work are pretty heavy. So I agree that if it's unstable, it will not be very easy for them to handle it. But yet, and especially the Zoom calls and all, so are not happening. So I am not being able, and the books have been lying back in the office. So they don't have the resource for any kind. So they're clearly, blankly, point blank, ma'am, kuch ho hi nahi raha. Kaise kare?
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. So what happens is, it's a carrot and a stick, both. So we know how to balance it. So what we need to do is, you need to be observant as well. When I say observant, are they really, are they in a place, really locations, deep down jahan internet bilkul nahi hai? So look at the locations. Don't take it as a general statement for anybody on everybody who are coming. If it is a team of lawyers that you have or partners in your company, tab to issue nahi aayega. But yes, if it is, so what is the level of people? Kaun bol rahe hain aisa?
So basically lawyers, but my team, my staff.
Sure. So are they really into a place jahan bilkul internet nahi hai? You need to check that out.
That's what I'm saying, because an unbalanced system, the network will not give that, because our sites are heavier. Zoom call also takes a lot of things, So what I'm doing is directing the clients definitely to them to so that they can talk to the client, talks to them, and they can be briefed over there, and then they get back to me with the points. But that is all what I'm being able to do.
Yes, so that is one thing that you can do actually. जो हमने बोला था कि look at their tasks, tell them to contact the clients. You know what you can also do is जो आपके cases close हो गए हैं, हर एक के phone में पुराने clients का भी number होता है जो आपके cases close हो गए हैं. Give them a call and ask them, सर अब सब ठीक है? All well? You know, उससे क्या होगा? Yeah, bond with them. उससे क्या होगा? You never know. आज we all know business में जरूरी नहीं है कि आज turnaround आए. And the intention is also half the time not the turnaround. You may get a referral later on, और नहीं भी मिलता, तो भी connect with them. That's first thing that comes into my mind.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. And that there's a learning also. I'm sure आपने किया ही होगा. All your files and all कहीं cloud पे कहीं पे आपने save कर रखी होंगी, which may not be accessible. If not, let's do that from hands-on. It's a learning.
It's a learning. I have to be doing that next time on once I have the access to them.
Please, yeah.
Well, can I add on?
Yeah.
Arti, if it is possible, why don't you upload the files on cloud right now and give them an access from there, so that instead of making a heavy file from the website, they can access it through cloud, which have been uploaded by you on the recent basis.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much, Vikas.
Yes. See, an IT expert comes.
Yeah, really.
No, I'm a sales and marketing expert, so I'm not an IT expert, but yes, these are the things that we do in and out.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Anybody else? So people, it's 10:41
yeah.
And
Atul,
yeah.
Could I ask?
Yeah, please.
First of all, thank you very much, Divya. It was a great presentation. This is Arjun this side. I think what you said is so relevant because relationships are built when there's no case on. The moment there's a case on, you know you've come for the business and then you can't build relationship. I think relationships are built when there's no case on. The one factor which I found could be added in what you have said is, where's the element of fun? I think it's very necessary for us to have fun during this time also. And especially with your employees being away from you, they also need to have fun. So we could also Zoom. Why are we only speaking of the monitoring and engaging? When you talk about engaging, it's not only a question of engaging because of recognition. It could be, okay, let's all decide. You could bring the wives along and say, today let's have a session on the best recipe that it can be done. All of us, let's cook the same food. That could be one of the style. All of us could have an antakshari. How to keep the spirits on becomes very, very important at this point of time. And we also need to appreciate that the turnaround time that we are talking, we need to be, as leaders, also give that leeway to a person because he has a lot of work to be done. Imagine a person with a 2-year-old baby in the house having to do the household chores as well as the other duty. We need to give that time and the space. So we as leaders need to also set our expectations correct in a situation like this. That's my only comment.
No, absolutely right. In fact, yeah, I missed that. In fact, fun, you could have WhatsApp groups, you could have a Zoom party. You know, we just had it with our team. We had a Zoom party. So everybody in their houses and we were connected. So we were singing songs. It's a big element. And that should be there. You could have WhatsApp messages, you could have whatever mode you want.
Yeah. Otherwise, what happens is people know, here comes the boss again. Zoom, he's typically going to ask this question. I think we need to really give them some space, at the same time respect the other person, yet get our work done. I think fun plays a very, very important role.
Absolutely. That's why I said even in the...
And there's one classic book, there's 1001 ways that you can reward a person, right? That's a classic book in which it says that if you do small little things, like here was a person who did a good job. Now the office did not told him that he did done a good job, but also sent cat.
We lost Arjun somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Okay, so no worries. So at this time, I have one point to make. So tomorrow, let's have a fun session. It's going to be all about fashion and design. So, so all the men, get your wives along, your daughters along, and let them experience fashion to the core. Sushma is a fashionista and she'll be creating, and she is into sustainable jewelry and pieces. So I think this will be awesome for everybody. And all of you, please spread the word around so that we have more women tomorrow, or and well, men can also be fashionistic. Let's see that. right? We've got, while Arjun comes back, Kamal has a question for you, Divya.
Sure.
Kamal?
Yeah. Divya, very nice presentation. From the core, from the basic you started and went up to the higher hills about employees and the leadership task. Very well said. Now here, actually, I have got a point and the question also. One side of it is that we are asking, our ask from the employees, daily report, daily progress, daily blah, 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 whatnot. At the other side, at this point of time, there is an anxiety among the people, particularly if you talk about in the employees also. So we should take care for that anxiety coverage also, so that their anxiety is taken care. Support system we talk about, leadership aspects we talk about, as we discussed in between. So support system should also be there. Then only what we talk in Punjabi, घड़ा बनाने के लिए आपको support भी देनी पड़ेगी और चोट भी मारनी पड़ेगी. So chot in not in that sense. Chot in sense that we are monitoring you, we are controlling you from outside, and you have to reply back to us. So from inner side, support system is also required to be done.
Sure.
Right? So what do you have something in mind for from your side? We have got our own aspect. We don't talk about that. But from your side as a HR specialist, what do you recommend or what do you suggest for a support system?
Sure. So as I said in the presentation also, support them in the difficult times. And that was the point. One thing, that example that I gave there at that time was, किसी आजकल जरूरी नहीं हर चीज कोरोना वायरस है, किसी का गला भी खराब हो रहा है, so people are getting scared. Okay, so call them, be in touch with them. किसी के फैमिली में बच्चे को या बड़े को किसी को भी हो रहा है, ask your doctor, come back to that person, and you can be a support system, and your team can be a support and cheer that person up. ठीक है, it's okay, मेरे भी हो रहा था, कुछ नहीं, आजकल मौसम ऐसा था. So things like that. And like we said in the previous thing, fun items karo, keep them involved. Fun items bhi aap jab karoge, so what happens is their anxiety level comes down. So do that. So be in, when I say the words be in touch, be connected with them is what I mean. So just be connected with them and find out a solution for them.
So that's what we have been doing it along with the CEOs and the owner of the companies, so that they are asking their supervisors to be in connect with workers, particularly because in any of the company, workers are major. I mean, nearly 80% plus minus of the people.
We'll have to move faster. We're already at 10:47 and there are two more people. Please. So Vijay ji, can you please ask a question? Thanks, Kamal.
Divya, I appreciate your response to the HR matter. I got a specific thing to say about the taking the care of the employees and having the specialty legally required insurance policy like the workman compensation policy for the staff of the company, and a request to all to renew the policy in time and other necessary cover. Thank you.
Pandey ji, can you please ask a question?
Yeah, so मेरा एक कहना है कि आज के टाइम में वर्क फ्रॉम होम का जो स्टार्ट हुआ है widely, very abruptly, so yeah, this is going to be norm of the day and more companies have to adopt. मेरा एक सोचना है कि वर्क फ्रॉम होम कंपनीज पहले अलाउ करने में क्यों हेजिटेट करती थी, बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ ट्रस्ट. So I think there is a scope to build up trust between employees and employer, that वो कहीं भी हैं तो काम अच्छा करेंगे. So हम लोगों को और ऑब्जेक्टिविटी होनी चाहिए हमारे काम में. और दूसरा चीज है कि इसी में इंडिविजुअल स्टाफ की या इंडिविजुअल पर्सन की कैपेबिलिटीज भी उभर के आ रही हैं, या कैपेबिलिटी नहीं है, इन कैपेबिलिटीज भी हाईलाइट हो रही हैं. तो दिस इज द टाइम कि इंडिविजुअल कैपेबिलिटीज को भी उनकी हैंड होल्डिंग करके उनको इस काबिल बनाया जाए कि आगे के जो एटमॉस्फेयर और ये बढ़ेगा काम, इस तरह का जो नया कल्चर आएगा उसके लिए सारे कैपेबल हों. आई थिंक ये बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Yeah, in fact, sorry, in fact, I am getting calls, and that's what I want to share also. So a lot of people, big organizations are also calling up trainers do you have small capsules to train our employees now that they are, there? So your employee development happens. Another point I want to make is, there's always a silver lining in the cloud. So the silver lining could be some organizations may be thinking, इसमें तो office की maintenance की cost कम आ रही है, So you never know, because I'm sure we're going to evolve in a very different level after this, because this has been a very long period. So you never know. Organizations will accept it now.
In fact, organizations have already started planning. I was going through an interview of Hindustan Lever's MD CEO, and they are already talking about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, great. Arjun is back. Arjun, you want to complete the conversation?
No, I just wanted to thank. I think I had taken more of the time that was already allotted. My only thing is recognize people at the very small opportunities. I think it's very, very necessary. Keep people engaged. And when we talk about ideas, let's ask them to think outside the box and give the ideas. Again, if you see a Sachin Tendulkar's BBC interview, it was classic, where he, on the field, how he and Rahul Dravid worked out a strategy which was absolutely out of the box. I don't want to speak about that because I'll take too much time here. But I think thanks once again. The idea is to be a bond of the team, to show, yes, we are there for you. And thanks, I think trust becomes a very, very important factor, because previously people used to say trust is something that you cannot measure in economic terms.
I'm sorry, we have to really
it's perfectly fine.
Hard stop. So guys, there is an option for reactions at the bottom. You can either clap or give a thumbs up. So let's see it on the screens. And with that, we'll say goodbye to Divya for the day. So claps, thumbs up, claps, thumbs up, claps, thumbs up, claps, thumbs up. Fantastic. So Divya, thanks for the awesome creation today. I think you got all of us alive and kicking.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you.